Hello you, welcome to Options Trading for Beginners. This is the first video in a beginner-friendly series. If you're new to options trading and you're not sure where to start, this video is for you. This is the first video in a series where I can break things down slowly and clearly, no hype, no pressure, just basics. I am a high school teacher. I'd like to think that I'll do a decent job at kind of teaching what I've learned and what I'm learning. I am still learning. It's been a year in. I still regard myself as a beginner. There's always learning that's happening in the market, you know? So I just want to share the knowledge. Who is this education for? This is for anyone who's curious about trading options but feels overwhelmed by charts, indicators, the trading language. I know when I started on YouTube because I was looking for ways to make income online. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to work anywhere in the world. And I wanted to tap in just by having Wi Fi and a phone or a computer. And then I just started to look for things and ways in which I could do that. When I stumbled into this, I was like, okay, this is great. So you don't need a finance background. You don't need to be good at math. You just need to be willing to learn step by step. When most people think of trading, they think of stocks and forex. Those are the popular ones. You know, we hear and see forex traders everywhere on the internet. YouTube, whether they're flaunting their big cars and their big lifestyles, and then we also hear the other people saying that they're scammers. So you decide what it is when you've gotten yourself the education. The market is big. There are commodities, there are futures, there's cryptocurrency. There's so much to learn in this skill, right? But this channel, like I mentioned before, focuses on trading options. Who is this education not for? It's not a get rich quick thing. It's not signal hopping, you'll not be getting signals. It's not gambling with money. If you're looking for signals, shortcuts, or guaranteed profits, this series is probably not for you. Trading requires patience, it requires responsibility because money is involved, right? What trading really is. A lot of people misunderstand trading. Trading is a skill. It's like learning a language, learning a new skill so that you can use it, then you can apply it. It's about managing risks and probabilities over time. It's not gambling. It's not about winning every single trade. Losses are normal. In fact, in this space, losses are seen as tuition fees. You know how you go into an institution, whether it's university or college, you pay tuition. So those losses, we call them tuition fees. Of course, when you learn trading the right way, you learn how to manage those losses. You accept that there will be losses, you accept that you will learn from them, and you accept that there will be some tuition fees that you're going to pay. But the thing is managing them. And it's not going to feel like gambling. It's going to feel like a proper system that you followed, and then you have to pay because remember we said it's about probability. The skill, probability based, you have to manage your risk all the time. And we also learn that you must be consistent and then you're going to be growing over time. It's like an investment, consistency and all of that. And you must protect yourself. What are options? The ones that we are focusing on here. So at a very high level, an option is a contract. It's a contract to buy into a company, right? We don't buy the actual stock. Like if you're interested in Apple or Tesla or Google, another way of investing is to buy stock in those companies. And then in a year or two or three or five, they're going to be growing and you're going to be getting dividends. This is not what we do here. We don't buy a stock. Instead, we enter into an agreement where we choose whether the price is going to go up or down, right? So usually let's say we're going to use like a very small example and say the market opens at 9:30 and then it closes at 4:30. So for instance, if let's say you're talking Google or you're talking Apple and you think the price action in that day is going to move up, you get into this contract and say, I think Google is going to move up today. And then if the price moves in the way that you expect it, that contract becomes more valuable. You would have bought the contract in the morning and said, I'm calling that the contract is going to move up today, or the stock is going to move up today. Sorry. The price move in that expected direction, the contract becomes more valuable. And that's how you kind of make your money in the market. And the great thing about this is that you can also call that, oh, today maybe there were bad news on Google. So we think that today the stock price is going to go down. So you can buy a contract there. You call it a put contract. You buy a contract there and say the stock is going to go down. And again, if the price moves in the way that you expect it, the contract becomes more valuable, and that's how you make your gains. Of course, calling it in the wrong way, the contract loses value, right? What's important for now are not the details, but the idea that with options, we're trading price movement, daily price movement, weekly price movement in that way, right? We're not owning companies, we're not owning shares. We'll get into the finer details as we go for deeper in later videos. How this series will flow. The series is structured in a way where we start by understanding the basics, then we build on that knowledge, and only later do we apply to real trades. Nothing is rushed and nothing is skipped because trading without foundation usually leads to losses. Remember, we said we're learning a skill, so we need to be patient because we want to learn the skill and learn it properly and understand what we're doing. Then we're going to do it in that way. So basics first, then options explained, then simple strategies, because when you learn the language, how do you strategize in order to be able to make high probability trades in the market? We can never say 100%. Like we said, you don't win 100%. High probability trades. So there are strategies in place. There are so many strategies. Very personality based, very preference based. So we'll get there. And then later on, after we've learned all of this, we're going to take real trade and break them down and speak to them, right? A few ground rules, risk management comes first all the time. Practice before real money. We have things called demo accounts or paper trading. That's where you actually enter the real market with fake money to learn the market, to practice your strategies, to get the swing of it, the flow of it, before you actually get into the market with real money. That's where you're going to be taking your notes and your journals. Why did you make this loss? Why did you make this gain? How are you feeling? Feelings matter a lot in this game because remember, we're going to be dealing with money. Money, emotions, so you need to master that. I mean, it takes a while. I mean, I'm still learning the process. Okay? So trading rewards patience much more than speed. This video is really just the starting point. In the next video, we'll talk about trading mindset because most beginners don't lose because of charts. They lose because of trading psychology. It's very important. Like I said, it becomes emotional because we're dealing with money that you're going to be seeing live in the market, right? So take it easy and we'll continue in the next video.